The culture and people of the Maya have always been something that piques curiosity, right? Before only remnants remained, they once had a glorious period during the pre-classic and classic periods. In the 16th century, the Spanish Empire advanced into the Central American region, initiating an invasion and destruction of Maya settlements. Tenochtitlan was the last Maya city, defeated in 1697. At that time, the Maya primarily lived in the southeastern region of Mexico, all of Guatemala, Belize, the western part of Honduras, and El Salvador. The city of Chichen Itza in Mexico was once considered the cultural center of Maya tribes. Characteristic of this region is limestone, a type of rock that, if exposed to water over time, can be said to dissolve over many millennia. Limestone does not allow fresh water to accumulate on the ground. Instead, it allows water to pass through small holes and form deep pits below the surface. In recent decades of exploring these cenotes, archaeologists have realized that the Maya viewed these places as the gateway to the world of Chak, the rain god. For the sake of life, from the sky, he pours water that he holds in clay jars in caves. Every thunder is a separate act of the god Chak breaking a jar and letting the rain flow down. The rain seeps through the limestone, flows into underground streams, and as a result, there are no rivers or streams flowing through this land. This process continues for millions of years, creating wells called cenotes. Inside the wells, walls form a giant vault. Tree roots penetrate the rock to absorb water, and stalactites glow under the sunlight. Looking down from above at the land of the Chichen Itza region, one sees a dense forest. However, beneath the ground, the tropical forest is very thin trees with roots adapted to the limestone soil. Wherever there is enough space, the Maya would plant corn combined with beans and squash to form their basic protein source. However, corn is a hungry crop. It absorbs a lot of nutrients from the soil. For thousands of years, farmers have cultivated small fields by burning a different type of plant each year to grow corn. We call this slash and burn, but for the Maya, it means survival. The water used for the fields is taken from the cenotes where the god Chak enters. However, only seasonal rains can make the corn grow, and they need absolute precision, such as no rain in the winter, so the fields and forests will dry out until March. Some rains in early May will soften the soil, then light rains will allow the corn seeds to sprout, and finally, plenty of rain will help fatten the mature corn kernels. At any time during this cycle, if there is no rain, it means a smaller food portion for a Maya family. An archaeological question that remains unanswered to this day is why the Yucatan cities of the Maya collapsed one by one. However, the wonder is that they once thrived in such a harsh environment. The Maya not only survived, but even prospered, sometimes reaping a bountiful harvest. To ensure a sustainable water supply, all Maya villages relied on cenotes. Cenotes provided ample access to fresh water year-round and sustained large settlements. All major cities in Maya built from 305–900 BCE, such as Chichen Itza, had cenotes, which tended to have very clean, cool fresh water. Cenote Ixquil can be considered one of the most beautiful cenotes in Mexico. The walls of Ixquil cenote's pool are covered with green foliage and vines cascading down from the cenote's rim. Most vines touch the water's surface below, giving Ixquil cenote this impressive appearance. Additionally, the sheer walls of Ixquil form a perfect circle as it turns into a stunning sinkhole. Its size, vines, and towering walls covered in lush foliage make Ixquil cenote one of the most majestic cenotes here. Inside the well, the walls form a gigantic vault, with tree roots penetrating the limestone to draw water and stalactites gleaming under the sunlight. When the sun reaches its zenith, a beam of light falls straight down into the water, and the Maya believed these deep natural wells were entrances to the underworld and a way for them to communicate with the gods. However, sometimes, as Guillermo de Anda believes happened at Holtun Well, sacrifices occurred during prolonged droughts, On the outskirts of a small cornfield near Chichen Itza, an ancient city ravaged by the Maya, in the sparse shadow of a tropical tree, a voice echoed from below the mouth of the well. "Lo vi! Lo vi!" The shout echoed. "I saw it." "Sí, es verdad, it is true." Leaning over the well, Guillermo de Anda wanted to make sure that what he had been eagerly anticipating for months was precisely what he was hearing. "What's going on, Arturo?" And his colleague, Arturo Montero, shouted again, "The zenith light, it's real, come down." Then he fell into a stupor. De Anda anxiously awaited confirmation from his colleague Montero, pondering whether this natural well, or cenote diit, truly functioned as a sacred sundial for the Maya on two specific days, May 23rd and July 19th, each year, precisely when the sun reaches its zenith. In fact, this well is situated northwest of the main staircase of El Castillo, the famous central pyramid in Chichen Itza, adding extra intrigue to De Anda's question. Centuries ago, did Maya priests wait for this moment to observe and adjust the angles of the sun as it rose to its peak, a phenomenon occurring in the tropical region? Did they come here to pray during times of drought and express gratitude after a bountiful harvest? Did they believe this was the meeting point of the sun and water, the source of life? These questions, along with others related to the Maya's relationship with their deities, sacred cities, and their remarkably accurate calendar, are what two archaeologists are currently investigating. Guillermo de Anda, a renowned underwater archaeologist, undertakes the exploration of the Holton Well with minimal funding. Arturo Montero from Tepeyac University funds his own research. Following the Zenith Sun event on May 23rd, they are the last team at the Holton Well. Below the well's mouth, the walls open up to form a massive vault resembling a sanctuary, except for tree roots piercing through the rocks to draw water. The sunlight dances like flames on the stalactites around. As the sun rises to its zenith, a beam of light will project straight down through the water without reflecting on the vault. At the bottom of the well, surviving objects to this day include damaged columns, a spotted jaguar carved statue, and a warrior-like statue similar to the one in a nearby temple. On a natural stone shelf lies a human skull, pottery items, a dog skull, deer bones, and a double-edged sacrificial knife neatly placed there for many centuries. Aside from being the rain deity, the Maya also regarded Chac as the god who patronized agriculture, particularly maize. Both Chac and Balan Zakab played significant roles in Maya legends regarding the discovery of maize, as recounted in the book of Kilam Balam of Chumiel. The tale tells of maize seeds hidden within a mountain. The rain god Chac sent a mighty lightning bolt to open the mountain so that humans could utilize maize for cultivation and sustenance. However, Chac was not the maize god of the Maya. He was associated with the birth of agriculture, and prayers and rituals were bestowed upon Chac to encourage rain and bless agricultural endeavors of all kinds. Chac is a prominent figure in the Maya's ancient religion. While there are few surviving sources regarding the mythology surrounding Chac, it is known that the Maya believed him to be one of the gods present in the resurrection of the Maya maize god. According to Maya beliefs, Chac is the rain god, and rain contributes to the regeneration of maize and agriculture, which is easily understood. One of the most important ritual roles in Maya society is that of the rainmaker. The rainmaker is the human representative of the rain god Chac and is believed to predict how and where rain will fall. Chac is also associated with kingship because there are many parallels between the rainmaker's duties and those of the king. Some Maya kings took the title Chac or rain god for themselves. Additionally, there are scenes where Chac is represented by an ancestral king. The Maya perform many rituals and ceremonies dedicated to the god Chac. During the classic period of Maya civilization, kings often impersonated Chac in ceremonies amid wartime settings, mimicking the divine wrath and warlike countenance of the deity. Some scholars argue that Chac is one of the deities presiding over the initiation rituals of Maya shamans, where the initiates are said to transform into jaguars. Part of the ritual involves 4 boys acting as frogs. Some sources also suggest that in the 16th century, some rituals were held for Chaak at Yucatan's cenotes, deep underground caves filled with water. Young people were lowered or thrown into cenotes, entering the realm of the rain, god to receive prophecies and sacred knowledge. Despite being the embodiment of the divine rain clouds, Chaak is particularly associated with caves, water pits, and wells. According to ancient Maya texts, droughts were attributed to the anger of the water god. In the Yucatec rainmaking ritual known as Chachaak, a ceremonial feast is held for Chayak as people plead for him to bless them with rain. To appease the god, a 14-year-old virgin girl must be thrown into the well. It was believed that the girl, when tossed into the well, would become a servant of the water god, living a luxurious and peaceful life. However, even in climates with stable year-round weather and no droughts or disasters, Maya pilgrims still chose a beautiful girl to thank the water god. People from all over gather at the temple next to the sacred well. This temple was 60 minansis long, 30 high, and depicted an image of the water god, a winged serpent. The chosen girl would be dressed in lavish attire, seated waiting inside the temple. Standing beside her were several strong young men wearing golden armor, ready to escort the rain god's bride to the safety of the holy well. The ceremony would begin at dawn, with the bride of the water god placed in a flower-bedecked litter and blessed by priests. The unfortunate girl would be given a magical potion to calm her nerves. The procession would escort the girl to the sacred well along a 400-mile-long path. Upon arrival, the young girl would be thrown into the sacred well by her escorting men and allowed to fall freely. At this point, drums would sound, and the crowd would dance and sing, while the wealthy would toss gold, silver, and treasures into the well to plead for peace. From the mid-16th century, European colonialism conquered South America, and Maya cities like Chichen Itza gradually fell into ruin. Since then, no one has organized ceremonies for living at the sacred wells anymore. Through research, archaeologists have found over 100 sets of human bones at the bottom of the sacred wells, along with many treasures and ancient artifacts. The sudden disappearance of the Maya civilization still lacks a reasonable explanation, and whether these sacred wells hide any more secrets remains unknown. Don't forget to click the subscribe button to support me. See you in the next videos.